When you think of a farm, you think of farm fresh eggs, farm fresh tomatoes, veggies, herbs, farm fresh bouquets of flowers, farm fresh honey, farm fresh style, and of course, farm fresh graffiti. When you think of a farm, you think of farm-raised chickens and pigs, farm-raised goats and sheep, farm-raised alpacas and llamas, and of course, farm-raised humans. This farm is a little different. Sure, all the usual farm stuff takes place, but the goal and focus of this farm is to give a farm-raised education. Our public school one-size-fits-all approach to education doesn't meet the needs of students who are falling through the cracks. But Roots Charter High School is doing something different by knowing, loving, and meeting the needs of one student at a time.
My name is Tyler Bastion. I'm the director or principal of Roots Charter High School. Roots Charter High School is a school mainly targeting students who are at risk of not graduating, kids who have dropped out of other schools or who have sometimes been kicked out of other schools, and then we really focus on character development, focus on real life skills. Why is Roots Roots? Even before learning, Roots is a place where you can heal. In my opinion, one of the only ways to really get them past that trauma is through having as many loving adults or loving people in their life as possible. In many ways, the adults in our building and adults in our community are kind of that secret sauce of how to really help these kids get back on track. I'm looking at the whole organization and making sure that everything we do is in line with the culture that we've created. I'm the one out there probably more so talking about what Roots is. The actual day-to-day and the running of the school is really two individuals. That's Whitney and Larissa.
Hi, I'm Larissa. I work here at Roots as the student service. Oh, that's your job. This is Whitney.
Trying to take my job over.
So I am the program director. So I work with teachers. I get to help with scheduling students, meeting with them, talking about how we can better help them here at Roots. And this is?
I'm Whitney, and I'm the student service director here at Roots, and I get the fun job of working with the students and working with them on all their different barriers that keep them from coming to school, and we have a whole student service team that helps get all their needs met and get them what they need to get their diplomas.
Especially for our teachers, it's not always the easiest place to work, and Larissa's really her full-time job is making sure that those teachers are provided for.
Working with teachers, it's definitely not a traditional classroom setting. How we work with the students is a little different. Students come with a lot of issues that it makes it hard for them to be here. If you don't feel safe and if you don't feel loved, you're not going to learn. And so teachers have a big responsibility to make sure that students feel loved.
And that Larissa can focus on teachers and the programming, whether that's classes and licensing, and then Whitney can really focus on that day-to-day. What does this kid need? How do we do the home visit? How do we get them back? How do we get them to graduate?
The different thing that we do that other schools don't do is that we look at why they're not coming. And so we have our chaser programs. We have people that actually go out and go do those home visits and work with them.
We have staff that their full-time job is just really to do home visits and to check on, the mental health and the well-being of the student.
I think the main thing is to basically see what's going on.
Yeah.
If it's work related or if it's just like a, family issue.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's also transportation. Now that she's living in a different spot, maybe she just needs a ride to school.
I like to say academic rescue. Chaser sounds a little aggressive.
We go after it, we try to find them, we try to help them come back.
I was sitting with a student and we were just going over plans, what's your 1-year plan? What's your 2-year plan? And he had no idea. And finally, kind of when my heart caught up to my mind, I asked him, I said, when you think of your future, is it hopeful or is it dark? And I'll never forget, the kid just burst into tears. This big, huge, kind of brawny teenage gangster kid starts just crying. And he said, it's so dark, it's so hopeless. And that stuck with me of how do we create a place of hope? And coupled with that, we kept having these suicide attempts. The first couple years, we averaged 7 suicide attempts per school year. And that was, to say that that's draining for your staff or that that's discouraging is an understatement. And I got to the summer after one of those years and I just said, I can't keep doing this. We have to we have to fix this. We have to make a difference. And I'm a huge Mr. Rogers fan. And so I kind of was taking that summer and reflecting on like, how do we fix this, for lack of a better word? And Mr. Rogers had a number that just kind of popped into my head. His number was 143. He said that it takes 1 letter to say I, 4 letters to say love, and 3 letters to say you. He was so obsessed with this number that he maintained 143 pounds for the majority of his adult life. We thought about it and we discussed it, and really taking the 1 and switching it with a 2, which takes 2 letters to say we, kind of switched that number to 243. And we kind of just jumped in. We started talking about it with the students, really focusing on that love, and that they were loved and that they're safe. There's actually nowhere in the building that you can't look up and see 243. And we told them that, or like when you feel down, when you're feeling upset, just look up and you'll see that you're loved. As a community, took that suicide rate from, on average 7 a year to we went 3 years with no self-harm with the intent to kill.
Everyone loves you here. You don't have to feel stressed. You can actually feel like they actually are here to help.
You can tell that they actually care about the students, like they're not just here for the paycheck.
I like the family here and the farm too.
Well, teachers here definitely care more than the other school I was at.
When we really started pushing 243, the student was speaking to a staff member and just kind of broke down and said, I've never had anyone tell me that they loved me.
We're not just going after the punitive, where a lot of the schools, it is like, you did this, then this. So we kind of walk them through why they did what they did and help them get the help that they need and be able to work through that. So.
Yeah, it's very common. It's pausing and assessing what's actually causing the behavior rather than just addressing the behavior. You're not upset because I asked you to get a pencil out, but like, what's really going on? Like, why are you upset today? And so it's just creating those relationships with them and letting them know that you're always going to be there for them, regardless of whether they, tell you to go somewhere that's not very friendly. So it just depends.
Unconditional love, that 243, that they know no matter what they do, we're always gonna be there. So.
Okay, so why does a mermaid wear seashells?
I don't know, for protection?
Because she grew out of her bee shells.
You became seashell.
A chaser is someone who goes out and finds our students who have fallen through the gaps and have conversations with them and see where they're at and get them back to school, get them re-engaged.
It's finding what's the obstacle that's keeping them from coming and then resolving that. So it's problem solving with that student. And also I think it's huge because you let them know that, hey, you've been missed.
Hey, it's Amanda from Roots Charter High School. Danny and I were talking about how important it is that we view our students as people, especially in the job that him and I hold. If we viewed them as just their grades or their attendance or their behaviors here at school, we wouldn't make it such a big deal to go and visit them at home or to find out what's going on above and beyond school, right? But since we view them as a person, we want to know what they're dealing with.
How do you reintegrate kids from high trauma, from high stress? How do you reintegrate them back into life? And farming, for me, or being outside is a huge component of that. It's a huge component. It's something that's missing. I think we've become more of an indoor people and really engaging with the outside, engaging with animals. And yeah, we have llamas, we have pigs, we have all kinds of stuff for them to really kind of lose themselves in nature, lose themselves in the stewardship of something else, something other than themselves.
I'm Nissa Wilson. I'm the farm manager here at Roots.
I'm Nephi Bay. I'm the farm handy guy here at the Roots farm.
Hook it. Roll, you're ready to go. Hook it. A lot of people are going to their job site without their tools ready to go. Not me. Drill, easy. Tape measure, no problem. I'm gonna measure that. 17.
And finding Nissa and Nephi really were the keys to really creating that system where we know that the farm is in line with what the kids are feeling in the building.
There's like one daily class that will be the farm class, and they're in charge of doing the morning chores and the afternoon chores.
So those classes are entirely responsible, with our support for taking care of all of our animals on the farm. So all the feeding, all the watering, if we have like health checks to do or vaccinations or hoof trimming or kind of routine maintenance stuff with the animals, those are the two classes that we work with to kind of perform those duties.
And then other classes kind of come out throughout the day, and if they've got like the English class or a math class that's, working on a project.
For example, the English class that Nephi was talking about, they might come out and like just sit amongst the flowers or sit with the animals while they kind of do their creative writing pieces. So it's not necessarily with every course that the farm is like an integral part of their curriculum, but the teachers are really creative about finding ways to utilize the farm.
The kids go there and they know they're loved, and they know they're that's their farm. It's not Nissa and Nephi's farm, it's the students' farm. And I'm always amazed at their ability to create that culture out there on the farm, that the kids know they're needed, they're wanted, and they're important as they work with the animals or work with the flowers or work with anything out there. 3 or 4 years ago, we had a neighborhood dog that was actually damaging and killing animals. And I got a call one day from someone up at Utah State. They said, hey, we heard about your problem. We have this llama.
I guess llamas by nature are kind of like a protector for herds.
We've had an issue with neighborhood dogs over the years, which come in and chase the sheep and goats and nip at them. But I've been out here with Cusco before where we're both chasing the dog out. So he does what he's supposed to do.
They become kind of a territorial and protective animal. Immediately the kids just loved it. When they got spit on, they loved it, which is weird, but they loved that interaction and really trying to win over this fairly grumpy, fairly not approachable animal.
I've never really been spit on directly, but like...
Are you serious?
I always just walk with my back to him if I get close, so it's like...
I've been spit on so many times. This is where the chickens lay their eggs. So all of our laying boxes are in here. So it's a nice protected area, shady in the summer with airflow, and then in the winter it's a lot warmer. We invested in these awesome laying boxes. So the chickens can go in, you can see there's a bunch in there right now. So then we have nice clean eggs that the students can collect, and we sell those through several other farms. Here's an egg. That's a part of so we have something called the Roots Way, which is like a paragraph. And then we worked with a local artist who came and did this mural for us. But that's it kind of embodies like the idea of the farm. Like, why are we here? Well, the students are here to sow seeds, they're here to sow goodness, hopefully take something home with them about how to be a better person or a better member of the community.
I will sow goodness. Hey, I'm a highway woman. I don't know.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Yeah, where'd that Jamaican
I don't know what
accent
happened
go
right
from?
there.
The farm is so different than a normal public school. As you come to Roots, you see how different it really is. On paper, it looks very similar, but the difference is when you get here, it's not the same. You have a kid that's learning math and then taking it to the farm and applying it. You have a kid who is learning, or writing his story, and part of his story is that he watched, piglets be born at his school. they're experiencing and they're having opportunities that not many kids get to have. You never forget, the math you had to use to build a shed, or the math you had to use to figure out how many eggs need to be laid to make this much money. And those kind of actual real world problems that we have here at Roots are what solidify that learning, authenticate that learning in a way that these kids will then remember it. And I think that's where we go wrong in so much of our education, is it's not authenticated. Why do I have to learn this math? Because you're gonna be tested on it. It has nothing to do with who they want to become, what kind of person they want to be. Whereas if you say, why do I need to learn this math? And so, because your community depends on you and you have to build or create this. And to do that, you need this math. That brings them into the community, that authenticates what they're learning in a way that they say, I have to learn this so I can contribute to my community. I have ADHD. I struggled all through school. School was not like a safe place for me, right? Just a second. I hated school. We don't ask, what is this system gonna do for them? What are we creating? Are we creating kids who go into the world, they know who they are, they know what they wanna be, and they're excited about the world? Or are we creating kids that are afraid of the world? And so creating a place where a kid who has that anxiety, has that like high trauma from just even the classroom, like how do you create a place where they can come, they can be themselves, and they can grow. They can grow into something bigger. And we don't put enough time into that in education. We ask them what they're gonna do for us, whether that's you're gonna get a good grade so I look like a good teacher. As I was starting Roots, we went and we met with the state, and the state said, we love your idea, we love what you're doing. We were asking, I think, for 180 students. I said, I want to keep it small. And they actually rejected it. They said, we're not even going to approve you because there's no way you can be financially viable with less than 300 students. They were right. You financially cannot run a school with less than 300 kids. What we did is we just went and we said, okay, fine, approve us for 300 kids. I had to shrink that student count number by 33% to be able to know the kid, to be able to say, like, I know what you want to become, I know who you are, I know your story. When you're missing one day, people call, people know, people show up.
The kids here, you can just look at somebody and they just smile at you and you're just happy about it.
Like, I can easily just walk in, bug Whitney, she tells me to get to class.
It's more like calm and like less crowded everywhere.
I've changed from all my other schools.
It's not like an average high school, it's different.
I probably would have had to retake tons of different classes and whatever, but Roots, it was just, there was more one-on-one time with teachers.
My first year, I went to a different high school. It was huge, so that already is different. So there's like 200 kids here. So I feel like you get like a more one-on-one connection with the teachers, and you just form more of a bond.
The environment here is something that you can't really find anywhere else. It's more of a home place more than it is a school. You actually get to connect with your teachers.
When I first came here in like 10th grade, I thought I was gonna get bullied and stuff. And so this school made me like comfortable and loving, and I like working with the animals. My dream after school and getting out of college is to get my own farm.
The schools I went to, they didn't give that much help to me. This school does give a lot of help to me.
I like the chickens a lot.
I don't know, it's just so different all around.
Sorry.
No worries. What's up, man?
So
you got some stuff you want to say about Roots?
Yeah, Roots is one of the finest schools that I've been to. It's actually feels like my home. Like, it makes me feel comfortable. I can be who I want to be,
Later on today, we're having a dance, but this is kind of just my casual attire, I'd say.
They say 2, 4, 3, or they give you a hug and tell you that they actually care about you, and then if we need anything, they tell you that.
It's a small school.
The staff, they're nice.
Yeah, the staff too.
Why do you like the staff so much?
They treat us like adults.
it's not public and there's not a lot of kids here. So like more people can focus instead of like, you know?
Everyone's like the same here, so we're all get along and we're not like fighting each other or causing drama, you know? So
They're the best teacher helpers. I love how they do their job. It's amazing.
Did you hear that?
I did. I mean, I'm graduating. I'm pretty excited about that. I never thought I would make it to that point, so I'm pretty excited.
There is hope and light. Things have never been so bright, and the future is in sight. I know I'm worth it.
Years ago, I can cry, it's my thing. Years ago, I was trying to figure out who I needed at my side, and Whitney was the first person that I hired, and Larissa followed shortly after. If anyone knows Roots, they know that I'm not in charge. They know that nothing would ever get accomplished because of my ADHD if it wasn't for these two. And tonight, I want to honor them with the Founders Award. And I know it's raining, but I just want to say a couple things to the graduates of 2023. Every year, you know, we get a new group of ninth graders and a new group of students, and every year I think, I don't know if I can do this another year. I don't know if I can love new kids as much as I love old kids. And every year, these kids come, and they break my heart, and they make it bigger. I'm so grateful. Your job now is to take 243 and take the love you felt at Roots throughout the world. I want you to love fiercely and always be kind. And I want you to know that as a principal, the last thing you'll let me say is that I love you. I love each of you. Each of you has changed my life. Thank you.